Hey yo, welcome back to the stream, and hopefully you guys are having a good time. Let's just get this straight over here, and we're about to hop into the one singular best of three for today, which will be Las Kogutos going against ODDIK. Two very interesting names, and I was actually checking out the stats and how the tournament has been going just a little bit, and it's kind of cool at the moment. So we're getting into that final spot where the teams are going to be qualified for the playoffs. So basically the last games for these teams, and the winner of this one is actually going to go against ENS Academy, a team that I've been following for a little while. Hamo is still actually in the groups at the same time as well. We have a couple of Finnish teams actually doing well here, and it's kind of cool to see if either of them could get to the finals. But first, we need to get one of these teams through, and it's going to be ODDIK or Las Kogutos. We're going to be starting up with Anubis. This is going to be the first pick for today, and it starts off with a bang. That's going to be masked with a couple of kills there at the start. And the Glock is already giving us a bit of a noise here. That's gonna be Knight though, with a couple of shots. I remember this roster from back before. That's already jumping into the action, pushing one of the players out of that spot. And already chasing, but Togo is gonna use that for his advantage. It's one of those classic situations where you got the control, you got the exactly what your team was looking for. Maybe pushing a little bit too much, but looking at the numbers at the moment, definitely can blame him if it all goes up in the air at this point. That's going to be Tane and Melavi to catch the last two kills there at the end, and that's done. We're hopping into round number 2, and that's a very good start there from the boys. And kind of cool to see it. Kind of cool to see it that we actually do have Brazilians in the server. It is possible to get that fight. Let's get this into a roll here. Right now we're back. There we go. So, by the way, people asking for the maps at the moment. Give me a second. I do have them over here. So, ODDIK decided to ban Vertigo. That was Las Kogutos banning Inferno. ODDIK decided to go with the Anubis pick. That's Las Kogutos going with the Nuke pick. And after that, we have Decider on Mirage. So, that's going to be it. The HUD is going to be updated in a second. There seems to be some kind of a bug on it. So, sorry for that, chat. Hopefully, you guys can live with it. Hopefully, you don't burst into the air just spontaneously. Try to live. You're alive. It's the greatest time of the year. So, already Tane. Let's see if we can actually raise that volume just a little bit. Sounds like the volume is very low. So yeah, and by the way, if there's any issues in the stream, guys, let us know. We have a production team. We do pay them, so they have to listen to us. Oh, wait a minute, we're about to see, oh, well, that was a shared kill. At least one of them is gonna get it. That's gonna be Knight with a kill onto Milavi. A weapon that's being picked up, but a quick pick coming out. Mary and Tane, they will be handling the rest. And that's the second round for Las Kogutos. The polls are actually looking very good on the server at the moment. Clean. As long as they keep this up, we're at least gonna get a very nice start here. Thank you. I'm still asking for more volume. Barely can hear the game sounds at the moment. Hopefully it's getting a little... Oh! Hello? Hopefully we don't have a crash. Okay. Oh, now it's better. Okay, yeah. Seems like if you ask for way too much volume, the games crash, so... There's always a trade-off. Some couple of good defending kills there at the start. That's gonna be Togs to help out with one at least. It's gonna be the flash through the smoke. They go. Tane already pushing towards the side. That's gonna be Togs. Ready for that push, Nate. One. That's gonna be... Ooh, Mask almost with a double dare. To be honest, if he pulled that off with a Mac 10, not only did he have a little bit of a chance, but a chance to actually break the economy straight off the bat. This time around, ODDIK, they will be winning the round and pulling a couple of AKs out of the trash bin, which is going to be amazing for their economy. And yeah, they could actually start fighting for those rounds. straight at the start. Looking into what we can actually do at this point. It's gonna be the picks coming out. Couple of shots there to ring some noise. I'm fixing maps for you boys at the same time. That's Wood 7. I'm not entirely sure how to actually... I just used to know Wood's name. With the first kill there. Down by me. That's gonna actually be the second kill for middle. So the defense is actually looking decently good at the moment. Mary does pull out the quick trade. But that's just the first kill of the round so far. Already with a couple of players standing here. Los Kogutos with 40 seconds. They have a potential to push into that A side, but it's not just about the kills. They have to go through it. No utility there. And that's gonna be the smoke for the plant, so at least they got the bomb down. They're still living. That's gonna be the scout for the tag. A couple of players are low, but it's going to be needing one of the most perfect plays from the side of Mary. That's gonna be the flash and the lag coming out at the worst possible timing with the weird artifacts. That's gonna be Mary with at least one kill for the backline. That's going to be the second kill needed. He's getting a little bit antsy there, but 3 is all he gets. ODDIK, they pull out the quick retake. They do lose a couple of players there to make it a little bit uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, the round is theirs. And, well, basically they're just gonna run into a second one. Off we go. This is just gonna be a Tech 9-5 from the side of Los Kogutos. We do have the 1 hero AK coming out of Mary. Making $900 in the last round, so he can afford it. He is kinda burning the money for the next round at the same time too, but if they get the bomb down, get the challenge for the round. Quick first kill coming in from me. Actually gets away from that fight as well. Catches the second one before the play. It's actually gonna be very good. Still fighting on. Actually makes it a triple kill. That's Mary with the quick trade, and that's all they get with that 1 AK. And to be honest, it's a little bit too... Well, it's way too little, especially if, considering the fact that they did pull out more AKs from that bin at this time around. So now it's going to be 2 AKs on the CT defense. And ODDIK, their CT side is actually starting to look very well. Very good, sorry. If they keep this up, we are going to be stacking some very nice rounds here. No issues at all. Calling for canals. Mood with a very good spot here, especially with his teammates. As long as they actually want to fight for the canals control, it's going to be an uphill struggle for the side of Los Kogutos. And right here you can actually see Mary from the investment in the last round. It's not going to leave on for that AK. That's going to be the canals actually pushing into a work. Naimi actually gets the kill with an 8 there. But they do drop a couple of players at the start. And Cerutera catches 1 as well. That's going to be the bomb finally. Slowly pushing in towards that A main. And right here we're starting to see a little bit of a problem here. Mary does pick up an AK. The problem is he only has 7 HP. Even at a 2 versus 3, This has to be a very perfect round from them. Just a single bullet can make this a 1 versus 3. And we're starting to see a little bit of a repeatance on the side of Los Kogutos. They don't have that much map control when they try to go for these things. They usually lose so many players. Oh, that's a very bad pop flash. It doesn't work out for anything. Marios just comes out with a headshot. Dane does catch one of the players, makes it a second one. Okay, this is a 1 versus 1. But 23 HP, especially for that AK, it's going to be a single tap to anywhere in that body except the feet. Meanwhile, Serutera definitely hurt that rotation, and that is going to be the play coming in from the temple. And a perfect timing on that peak, just listening to those steps. And ODDIK, they will be shutting down that round. It came close. It was close. ODDIK, they do lose 4 players there at the end of the day, which isn't great for the economy, but they're actually taking a lead here big time at the moment. So 4-2. Considering the fact that we started with a very one-sided start here. But of course, those are just the pistols. Nothing to reevaluate your life for. Double nades for the middle. They know exactly what kind of a push is coming in. That's going to be the catch coming out of that Tech 9. Buy me with Tane. They do catch a couple of players at the start. I was actually waiting for Taj to get a little bit more kills there at the end. But that's going to be Nate to pull out the numbers back for the side of ODDIK. And they do catch the kills needed to make this a little bit more workable for the CT side right now. And Nate actually is going to go for the right play here. He's going to go for the outside B play. This is a lot of information for the CT side. And not only is this information, it's going to be that first barrier of entry. If Los Kogutos, they're not careful on how they're going to play this round, especially with so much information, I'm a little bit worried for the fact that, especially now that they see that Canals is empty, are they actually going to be still focusing outside of that A area? The only place they can be is on middle or outside B. So this information has to be somehow cited already. ODDIK, they're just going to be holding on these positions, especially from the B side if this attack is coming behind them. They have a player ready for it, but it seems to be a retake setup for the A side. So as long as they hear that bomb going down, they have a man very close to it. But the problem is they have to let it go down. So it's at least going to be a perfect round for the next one for the buy on the side of Los Kogutos. That's going to be the molly behind the pillar. And the information already raining in. You can see the reactions coming on the server. The op getting trained in. And A main has to be the first point of peak. This could actually be beautiful. That nade is going to be enough to drop by me. That's going to be the shoulder peak. And already information being gained. But Max plays this so well. Reads the smoke. But the problem is he's not ready for Serutera to already be breached out of that smoke. So ODDIK, they're going to gain their second round. Los Kogutos again, given a little bit of a lifeline, which they can actually convert into a round. We have had so many rounds. It seems like ODDIK, they're actually starting to get comfortable with the idea of, okay, let's just give them the map control. Or sorry, not the map control, the site control. We have the map control for a retake. Doesn't really matter. So even if they get it, they get the bomb down. Yeah, that's like 800 bucks more for the economy, but we got the round. And that's the only thing that matters. And they seem to be feeling very comfortable playing like that at the moment. So as long as it works, who's here to criticize? Early push is coming in. Oh, he wanted to go for the quick peek towards the connector. The problem is Serutera had none of it. He's just gonna shut down that push directly and start the quick fight towards the temple. Seemed like Buy-Me had the better crosshair control there. But he loses the fight. The accuracy is gone. Maybe it's the early place. And it's starting to affect the Polish side here. Meanwhile, ODDIK, they're taking care of work at the moment. A single kill is falling onto their side. That's going to be the peak coming in from the breach as well. Tarks is just going to win that fight. No issues at all. We haven't lost a member on the side of ODDIK. The most damage that we have actually done so far is 52. Los Kogutos, after the couple of rounds, now they're actually finding a little bit of an uphill struggle. A smiley face on the wall. I love it. Serutera. A bit confused where the push is actually coming in from, but Mary catches that kill. That's gonna be a quick trade from Nate. And that's the round. 6 on the board. And we're left speechless. Do we have any ODDIK fans in the chat? Usually Brazilians. They're very supportive of their teams. I'm just not sure if they are at this time of today. It's like night time there, if I understood correctly. Here we go. Not an ODDIK fan, but an ODDIK better. Okay, understand. Smokes are gonna be opened. Oh, the timing was just a little bit off there. That's actually a good one. We're standing down for a very good odd. There might be ODDIK odds. There might be a player on the right side of it, so just gonna use that molly there at the start. It's kind of cool actually to see that brain capacity coming into work. We're seeing some artifacts in the stream. Sorry for that, boys. Usually means that the video has been cut. It's all in the script. I'm actually trying to rile up the crazy people in the chat at the moment, so sorry for that. Yeah, early couple of bullets being spent there. No contacts, actually. That's gonna be the first one. The second that we say it talks is gonna find a kill under Malavi. Meanwhile, we do have a split coming in from middle. And the A-man at the same time. One of the players is way too far away from the fight. So it's going to be Marius with the first kill. Quick trades coming out of Mary. And that's going to be an execution coming out of the main. Tane comes out with a kill onto Tox. That's important. And here from the bridge, Baimi has been spotted trying to play that lurking spot. The problem is he kind of off that timing a little bit. A nice catch coming out of Tane to drop down wood from the backlines. That's going to be the second kill of the round. But still, we see an attempt for that retake. The question is how much utility. That's going to be a smoke flash and a nade already on the site. Serutera has to back off his teammates. That's going to be the one flash. The problem is it's a little bit too deep. The peak on top of that bomb, they're already on it. The problem is, do they know it? That's going to be the second kill, but the problem is Baimi finds that kill at the worst possible timing. A second left, and the knife finds the kill. That was one of the best looking rounds in a while. ODDIK, they come so close of retaking it, but Los Kogutos, they do hang on. That was so close to comfort. Literally just a knife swipe away. To be honest, I think I saw the numbers hit 0.40 or something like that, so... Ooh! We do have a game on our hands. Of course, for so many rounds, as ODDIK has been winning these, well, pretty much left and right so far. What are these numbers? Okay. Left and right so far. They can still easily buy into this one. We see the ops enforce everything, even one MP9 just to make sure. But if they're going to be wiped on a round like this, that definitely is going to be a save coming up. Los Kogutos, if they can even lose a round by dropping a couple of players, that is going to be enough to hold on to their economy. Ooh, that was a crunchy round. That was a taco shell of a round right there. That's going to be the kill for the middle. And it seems like ODDIK for this round, they really want to fight this one. That's going to be the first peak. Ox, he's going to go for seconds. He's actually going to win it. Even does a little bit of damage to Mask. But he comes out with the trade. So 50 HP left to play around with. Meanwhile, the CT's HP is actually stacked up. And yeah, this is still supposed to be a T-sided map. It's just some of these timings from the side of ODDIK is just looking very, very nice. Let's actually check out their... What kind of Anubis they have. Their Anubis percentage is 75 here. So 10 maps played, 2 losses, 6 wins. Very great numbers. Nice pop shot through the smoke. Unfortunately, it doesn't hit anybody. That's going to be Bime with the kill. Bomb is already going down. Nate actually finds one. That's going to be the run with the USP. He actually drops the bomb. Nobody's there to defend it. The time is up. The round is done. Las kogutos. How do you let that happen? Vood even finds the kill with the USP after the time. Tane has no money. The round is done. ODDIK. That was literally just a Jason Bourne running to the sides, just stop the bomb, and that's done. Nobody even holds the right lane. That was a little bit of boo-boo right there. You don't want to see that happening ever. Ever again. To be honest, not in the past as well. Only Nate's for the stairs there. Nobody's actually taking that route, so it's not going to do anything. Nate is going to come out with the first kill towards the canals. Quick bait, quick shot, a headshot. What is that sound? Here we go. Nice early damage done. And that's the round as well. A very quick way of handling the round. Here we go. Off to a new one. To Terra. Terra, sorry. It's going to be holding that little piece of the angle on the right side of canals. But Tane is ready for Mattias and Wood. That's going to be a couple of kills for him at the start. So the double entry is working out for the T side. There's a lot of noise. Nate is not even actually looking behind him. How is nobody listening to these sounds? Nate comes out with the kill. But he does get traded almost immediately. That's going to be Mast to try to hold on to that bomb. Help his teammate. And Mast is going to find a kill, and there it is. So, yep. We are going to be hopping into the studio. I'm not entirely sure what's going on at the moment. We heard a weird sound. Maybe that's the end of the world, but it is what it is. It's, I think it was 8-4 that we actually got stopped into. We got a couple of chaotic rounds here and there. Not entirely sure what was going on. And kind of cool to actually see. I really need to get a longer cord for this one, so they don't actually even cost that much. I just don't have the time to buy any. But yeah, the best of 3 is still actually on, and yes, it's a full best of 3. We just have a little bit of a pause here. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. So hopefully we get some kind of an answer to that soon. But it seems like we're actually jumping into it. Yeah, here we are. We're back. We're back. So yeah, no problems. No problems. Just a little bit of a freeze time for the teams to swap. And okay, seems like we're back on now. Sorry for that. And yeah, 4-8. To be honest, considering rounds, by the way, the rounds are the wrong way around at the moment. So ODDIK is supposed to be on the T side and Las kogutos is on the CT side. But considering how some of those rounds went, Las kogutos, they did get the side control often. Problem is they didn't really do much with it. ODDIK, their retakes were so on point for so many of these rounds. It was almost a pleasure to watch it. Meanwhile, we are actually going to see that first contact coming in towards... Okay. And now I'm not entirely sure what's happening. Hello? This is amazing. Well, you can see the stats at the moment. Talk, Terra, Nate, top in the scoreboard. Nate actually 17-8. That is insane. Tane, 11 and 10 for Mary. Meanwhile, the rest of the Las kogutos side. And that's the round. Yeah, Las kogutos won. Doesn't smell scripted at all. I'm just kidding. We're having technical problems, like you can see. So, it's just life. That's life. Hopefully we get to rotate the teams the correct way in about a second. Still showing the teams on the warm side. And here we go. That's an AK straight with a couple of Galeels. Meanwhile, Los Kogutos, the only thing that they can actually afford is just a couple of pistols, one M4 and an MP9. Now we're gonna need a lot of firepower coming out of those SMG, that SMG and the M4. But at the moment, looking at what they're stationed, that's gonna be the first contact coming in the middle in about a second. Mary has to get that kill. He's actually gonna do a very good job of it too. That's a weapon on the floor. But as they are going to be overrunning the full defense towards that A site, doesn't seem like they don't really care about the fact too much if anybody picks it. As actually comes out with a second Deagle kill. That's gonna be the peak coming in towards a main. Wood gets the quick trade. That's the Molotov and the second one on top of the window spot there to make sure nobody's gonna go for the quick peek. They are gonna go for the after plans. And oh, the water is beautiful at the moment. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with this stream at the moment. This is one of the most buggiest streams that we've actually had so far. But the team play is gonna work out for ODDIK so far, playing the time out of that clock so well. The bomb has been ticked off to a point where Mary can't defuse it anymore. And what a way to actually bring it back. Yeah, boom goes the bomb. ODDIK, they're gonna make this a 10. Los Kogutos still not really finding anything that works here on the CT side. That is unfortunate. Shot down there, trying to go for that main push, and that's gonna be the second one in line. By me actually comes off with the trade. The problem is he's left with so little HP to work with, and Melavi spotting himself on the same spot here. Meanwhile, oh, that's a very nice kill actually from Mattios. Almost looks like a reflective reaction there. Drops one of the players on a swing. That's going to be Serratero to win the fight from the middle. And yeah, for ODDIK, this is just going to be a slap round, nothing else. A very easy round, and right now we're actually seeing a little bit of a downfall from Los Kogutos. They don't really have that much for this map anymore. And that's what we're seeing on this live feed. And to be honest, so far, I'm not entirely even sure if they got more T-side around, if it's gonna help out. The problem is if your CT side looks a certain way, there's just that much that can help you at that point. The Eagles, 5.7s, Togs, oh god, that's exactly what I'm talking about. At the moment, ODDIK, they're just very tuned into this round, or this matchup, this map. Everything is clean. Every reaction is on point at the moment. And they're actually playing a very good game of really scanning some of these bots that they're pushing in. That cluster placement is always on a head level. Almost awesome to see it. Or it is awesome to see it. It's gonna be the second catch almost. Even reacting to Mast. There's nothing that can actually surprise Nate at the moment. He's on point. Waiting for that peek to come in from the bridge. Any of the players trying to push down. Nate with 32 HP is ready for that fight as well. Mary wondering what else can he do. Seems like we're playing CS today. Here we go. Goes off the bomb. That's going to be 5-7. Right, catch one of the players off guard. Mary's just gonna hold on to that armor and the deagle. And to be honest, at this point, I'm not entirely sure what it's gonna do. Yes, you can buy for an X1. But right now, Los Kogutos, they need 8 rounds in a row just to make this an overtime. Meanwhile, ODDIK, just looking at the pace of these rounds. One more round and it's over. We're hopping into the second one, which will be Nuke. Another question is, as we are going to be hopping into Nuke, what kind of a Nuke does ODDIK represent? And to be honest, looking at this table at the moment, it's very good. It's 71%, almost 72, with 7 maps being played. And only 2 losses, 5 wins, and actually against some actual names here, which is kind of cool. So looking at their Nuke so far, CCT Season 2. They have lost against Fluxo and Shark, but won against Velox, Fluxo, Vikings, and Insanity and KRU. And yeah, you should get a very good bearing for it. Which one of these teams is supposed to be the prime team here. That's Mary with a nice kill onto Serotera. Utility already being used for the side player. It's going to be pushing out a wood from the side, but he did get bombed out. Let's get to the peak coming in for... Wait a minute, Mary! Looked like he was ready for that fight, but he just doesn't shoot. It's gonna be wood to actually catch out that kill. They have the man advantage. Prime, he has to push through that smoke in about a second. That's gonna be the flash to help out. Tox comes out with a nice double kill to make sure it's not gonna happen. And Melavi left in 1 versus 4. Up in hands with 5 kills. I have to say, well, that's gonna be the one of them. Budwood comes out with a quick trade, and that's done. ODDIK, they make easy works off, and it'll be 13-4. And we are going to be hopping into map number 2, which will be Nuke. And I have to say, what we saw from ODDIK on Anubis was some very nice CS. They were basically ready for almost any of the fights coming in, and even reacting to some very nice situations. Now the question is, as we're going to be hopping into Nuke, is this going to be the map where Los Kogutos have a little bit more of a chance to actually go against ODDIK, or is this just going to be a 2-0 wipeout? We're gonna actually find that out in about a second. Let's take a little break and hop into map DOS, which will be Nuke. getting destroyed on Anubis. 13-4. That's a big one. So, we're going to be hopping into the map that they picked, and this is still a very good map for ODDIK. And at the moment, it seems like all of our HUDs and layouts has been fixed at the same time. That's going to be the first kill from Barmy to drop down Wood. Take comes out with a quick kill. That's going to be him actually being pushed out of that spot. Nice kill towards that player at the heaven. A quick kill from Knight to drop down Barmy. Butane and Mass, they do find their respectable kills. This is exactly how it started on Anubis as well. The pistol round that looks so good for them. Now the question is Seritera. Can he hold on to this round? Tane behind Silo. That's going to be him pushing behind him. That could be the first kill from the close angle. Seritera comes out with a quick trade. And actually, both kills are going to be his. And I didn't mean to say trade. I meant to say the retake. Holy moly. That was a one quick kill. They were just waiting for that play to come in from heaven or the main. And it just never came. It was always inside that HUD for so long, just waiting for that perfect opportunity, and that's it. He actually finds it. First round, and a very important one too, to start off the CT destruction here. Now the question is for Los Kogutos. Is this going to shake them up, or is this going to rile them up? That's the names being used there at the start. Nice catch. At least one of the kills coming in. 23 HP left. Knows how to be relaxed when going for those shots. Oh, the jump button coming at the worst possible time. Nate. A triple kill there to actually shut it down. A very nice start there for the Brazilian team on their enemy's map pick. Exactly what you wanted for them if you were looking for them to win this one. And yeah, this is actually one of the two teams will be going forward. One of the teams will be eliminated after this one. So it's not really a chill match at the moment. It's all they can go for. Both of the teams actually under a loss at the moment. So the winner of this one is going to go against ENS Academy for that Group D's playoff spot. Chimera Esports already making it through. That's just going to be the utility boys getting ready. This seems to be an A-side pop. Los Kogutos getting ready, and that's going to be the timing. Utility coming a little bit late. And that's Tane already burning on the CT's economy, CT's utility. Tane catching an access towards that A-side for free. And through the smoke, this is going to be Barmy actually finding a couple of kills to make this happen. Wood and Seritera. They do bring it a little bit closer, but Barmy and Mary, they will be shutting it down. And that's going to be it. First round already for the side of Los Kogutos. 2 rounds at the start for the side of Kogutos on Anubis, and after that it was an ODDIK show. Now the question is, are we going to see a replay of that? And then people in the crowd at the moment screaming for 2-0. Now, is it going to be or is it not? Already dinged one of the players. Didn't do actually that much damage. Just 3 points. Nothing else. Is this going to be a little bit of a broken buy from the side of ODDIK? They're gonna go for whatever they can. Couple of shots through the smoke there to make some noise too. But of course you have a silencer, so it's not gonna, well, make that much of it. Ooh. Here we go. Early fights. That's going to be the first access towards the player from ramp. Tane actually gets dinked in between, but Barmy helps out his teammate with a respectable kill. And at the moment, Los Kogutos, they're actually taking a little bit time here. There's no reason to hurry. This is going to be the way, a very nice way of playing it. Just making sure that all of the corners, all the angles, they're clean before actually pushing into any of these spots. 40 seconds will be left, so it's going to push them into an A-side play. And on top of the hot, that's going to be the first kill. Oh, only if Dogs actually find another one. But Nate with Wood, they do find a respectable defending kills. And that's leaving Barmy alone. Wood getting a little bit suppressed by that Nate. A quick shot coming out of Barmy. That's actually bringing it to a 1 versus 2. A little bit of a sloppy spray, but it's going to be Nate Matios from the heaven to save it, but that came way too close to comfort. A very nice try there, especially from that HOTS angle. That's a very uncomfortable spot to try to challenge any of the players towards that A side. You have only one point of entry. Every single crosshair will be holding on to you. And I'm a little bit surprised Woody actually decided to go for the full committance in that swing. ODDIK winning a very tough round there. That's the utility outside, Nate. Even with the destruction from the last round there, we're gonna go for a new buy easily here. Meanwhile, looking at the weaponry from ODDIK, they're still actually... They got injured about a couple of rounds ago. So it's definitely going to show up on their economy. Trying to jump on top of that box to challenge for more. Nate is just absolutely going crazy outside. He had some ridiculous numbers on Anubis as well. Mary with 28 HP after that cross. One player lost by me. 28 as well. This is going to be one of the most catastrophic starts for the side of Los Kogutos. Now it's all about ODDIK. How many weapons do they get to save for next round if they're going to win this one? Settled that up. Behind the boxes here towards the ramp. Holding on and just waiting for a reaction. That's 45 seconds by the time that we're talking about it. Left on the clock for Los Kogutos. Los Pollitos. Los Pollos. They're trying to... Or actually Los Gallina. That's a cock. Like a rooster. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Ramp attack happening in about a second. That's going to be the 1 MP9. First kill. Dinks the second one. Doesn't get the kill though. Could have been $600 on the table right there. That's a kill for Mary. It's dropped down Marios. And opening up the B side. The challenge coming up towards the lower, but it's going to be Tox with the double kill on that MP9. And just a second left. Mary doesn't have the time, especially with 1 HP, to get that bomb secured. And that's going to be the round. Los Gallinos. Los Gallos. Well, they're definitely not going to win this round. And we were talking about the fact that if ODDIK they win the round, how many weapons do they save to fix that economy? Seems like still not enough. Off the new one. That's Togs with a couple of kills at the start. One straight coming out of Melavi. It's actually to an off player right there. Rudy. And Mast actually does catch one. This is a 2 versus 3, which is, well, now it's getting a little bit closer to that spot where it feels a little bit more comfortable. Especially as Matteo seems to be just lurking for that last play. I think he spotted him, but I'm not entirely sure if he understood that he actually saw him. Dropping on top of the platform, catching that last kill on the Melavi. And that's the round. Five rounds on the board. Los Kogutos on their own map pick, only with 1. And it's all about that one pistol. Just think about the fact how much it affected the rest of the game here. ODDIK just absolutely on the hands of Seratera, clutching that one pistol round. You can just see a time loop here that got changed. Nice catch from outside. That's going to be Nate with the kill on the Mary. Going for seconds through the smoke. Nobody's there though. That's going to be the quick trades coming out of Miami. But Seratera got a kill on the Tame before that. They do have the ramp control. But now the question is, what are they going to be doing with it? Lower side seems to be the way to go. Nate is just still waiting for players to push into heaven. Melavi wants to fight against Hogs. There's a second player towards the controller room. And Wood can't catch a kill there. That's a big oof. And Nate to open up the door. And through the smokes, a little bit damaged by me with Malawi. Both of the players very low in HP. If Mast goes down, and that's exactly what's about to happen. I'm not entirely sure what he was looking for. But the problem is he goes down at the worst possible timing. That's going to be the Molotov towards the dark spot. It doesn't land the right way. If that landed, that's going to be the second kill of the round for the retake. Matteo's going for the swing. Only one bullet needed. That's exactly what's got to happen. 13 seconds left. They both have the kits. It's going to be the dark side play. A little bit of a sloppy spray, and that might have been enough as the time has run out, and it's done. Matteo's just a little bit too late to the party. And Los Kogutos on a brink of a second. They do win another round here. To be honest, ODDIK, they played that retake well. The only thing they kind of fumbled was that one Molotov. If that Molotov landed the right way, that's done. Mast, I'm not entirely sure what he was looking for. Trying to fight for that ram control. I do understand that if he had to control that, brings the scales just a little bit more towards the T side. The problem is, at that point where you're getting that bomb down, you should know that there's a CT over there. Very close to you. Seems like they're ready for an A-side pop here. Through the smoke. Doesn't actually even get through. That's going to be Tox with the second kill too. Mattias just absolutely shuts down the first player. That's just a new smoke. Rude even drops a player outside. That's Mary finally with a kill, but the problem is the Molotov just takes care of him. And Malawi left in 1 versus, well, now it's 3. And a shot to the back of the head, and it's done. ODDIK, the second they lose a round, they are going to be bringing this back. This has to hurt the soul. You can even hear the pleads in the chat. This has to be GG. Well, to be honest, if it continues like this, yeah. It's not pretty at the moment. Up there at the start. That's a catch from by me to drop down mood. Catches the cover kill. That's Marios with 2 actually. Tane catches 1 with the Tech 9, but it's Seratera to drop him very quickly there at the start. Tane left with 15 HP. I'm not entirely sure what he can do. If we went for something absolutely crazy there, yeah, but the problem is at the moment, Los Kogutos, they're giving so much time for ODDIK. And where ODDIK has seemed the most comfortable is actually with time. The more time you give them, the more picks they're gonna go for. And usually their timings are very on point. I'm a little bit surprised it's not being red so far. That maybe some of these chaotic pushes are going to win a little bit better. Work out a little bit better. Molly there towards Hut, just to make sure that it's going to burn. Wrist player holding that. That's just a little bit of noise made by Mattios. Could be coming out of Mary, making sure that nobody's actually holding the left side, and that's going to work out perfectly. Malawi catches a kill through the smoke as well. So that's both of the players outside. Kind of chaotically actually getting dropped there. This is exactly what we were looking for from the polls. Just a little bit more action. Less of that slow play. The push towards the heaven from the east side is not going to work out. And this is actually going to be a perfect round for Kogutos. Well played. Fortunate start so far. That's 7 rounds on the board already, even with the last win there. The question is 3 going to be enough? We're starting to get into that spot where Kogutos could definitely have to win the pistol round if they want to make this a map worth fighting for. Meanwhile, for the side of ODDIK, To be honest, if they continue with the same tempo, that is going to be the rest of the 2 rounds for them. Nice couple of kills there at the start. Of course, the money is not going to be perfect for the side of ODDIK here. Now it's all about taking care of the last couple of kills here. Trying to hunt a couple of kills with that MP9. If you went for a double there with it, that would have been one of the most amazing clutches I've ever seen, but it seems like they were very prepared for that. So with the molly, raises the skill so much it's almost impossible. Crunch towards the lobby. Seritera does catch one of the kills here. And this is going to be the reaction from the T side to drop rest of the players. And the Deagle, Madigos, for some reason, looks a little bit towards the right for some odd timing there, and it's really not gonna work out for him. I was kind of ready for some Deagle action, but right now it seems to, like Los Kogutos, they're actually gonna take the last 2 rounds here at the end, and it's just gonna be wood. If he can do something almost impossible with MP9, well, that was his chance. Now the AK is way out of his grasp, and Milab is just gonna shut him down with the op, so that's done. 7-5. To be honest, at the moment, it's not the worst rounds we've actually seen on the T side, so basically this is actually okay. This is very doable. Now the question is, what kind of a CT side are we gonna get from them? So, if it's gonna be more of the same, yeah, we are going to be done with this game very quickly, but if we're gonna get a challenge here, there's a lot on the table. Go. Quick push for the pistol, directly towards the A side. No steps taken out. That's going to be a beautiful nade at the start to make sure that the hot rush is going to take the maximum amount of damage there. Mast even drops an extra player. 3 versus 4. And all that momentum from that rush is going to be taken away. That's a nice shot to the head. I actually dropped down Mast. That's a very nice way of pulling it back to a doable number. And at the moment, ODDIK, they're just waiting for kogutos to go for whatever play they feel like going for. And just looking at the CT side, they're not going to go for anything. There's a player holding from the CT side vent, or the player's dropping down from heaven. And Biami's just holding by himself on top of the hut. And this is just going to be a checkmate situation. Both of the teams, like I said, they basically have the same style of gameplay of playing it very slow. No issues burning a couple of seconds off the clock right now. And ODDIK finally feeling like it's safe to go for that push again. Hot peak has to be the first one to go. That's gonna be the peak on top. Behind the spot here on the CT vents. Brahimi actually does catch one to make it a 1 versus 2. This is actually doable. Tane makes it a 1 versus 1. Nate, with the timing to actually shoot him on the head, loses it. And that's gonna be the peak. Now it's all about the bomb. Can he pick it up? Either drop towards the vents or go for the side plant. And for Tane to read this correctly, there has to be enough time left on a clock for this to work out. That's gonna be the first one. Nate is gonna go for the full plant. At least the money is secure for the next round. That's gonna be a nice peek. Nice shot onto Nate. He's on inside the hut. Already scaling a little bit more distance between themselves. And now Tane has to go for the right choice. Hits the bomb. Goes for the flick. And hits it. But the problem is he only needed that one bullet. No armor. Nate goes down with the first shot. Doesn't even have to be the headshot. And that was a very nice try. It was a very nice try from Nate. And a very nice clutch coming out of Tane. ODDIK definitely had a chance on that round. And the pistol round that was basically needed for them to have a chance here, well, it's going to be grabbed as well with the last rounds on that T side. So there's a game here. 6-7. Definitely nothing to scoff at. But with that bomb plant, we're definitely going to get a buy from the side of ODDIK. Now the question is, can Los Kogutos handle it? This could be a very good round to win now. Galil's across the table. Meanwhile, to be honest, looking at the weaponry, it's almost a better buy from the side of ODDIK. With the flashes and the smoke that they have. It's gonna be the peak coming out. Marius flirts with the idea a little bit to maybe go through that molly, but Tane is gonna play it passively. Mary, meanwhile, is gonna win that fight outside. This is just gonna be a 4-man push. A challenge at the same time. Talks himself with a kill. They need to check behind the box. And that's gonna actually work out for a kill. Tane comes out with one. Marius with a quick trade. One of the players a little bit low in HP. And that's the smoke for the door, but Brahimi already finding a very nice spot here behind the sideline. And the question is, how many kills can he get? The more time he plays for his teammate, the better. ODDIK, they are getting a little bit closer. That's the first peak. Brahimi gets dinked instantly, but he's still alive with very low HP. Depends on which one of these players is going to go for it. It's going to be the quick play of bringing it back. Now they need to go for that plant. From the double doors, nobody. And they're actually still playing this very slowly. For some reason, Los Kogutos didn't actually jump down towards the site. With 3 players spotted so close to the B side, they're still up top. Mast is going to be the one to actually push down from the doors. That's going to be the MP9 to scale up for that kill. And Mary finally jumping towards the action behind the silo, spotting the player with the utility on his hand. It's Woods wins that first fight. The only thing he has to do is play for time. 14 seconds, no kits. I think it's done. How do they lose this round? Oh my god. Los Kogutos took way too long to rotate from that A side towards the B side. And I'm not sure why. What was the read? Oh my god! That was supposed to be there around every single day of the month, especially with so low in HP, actually showing his full body for the ramp retaker. And for some reason, he was actually using a smoke at that worst possible moment. Oh my god! There were so many flanks in that round. Jesus Christ. Here we go. Mikkonen, joo. Nyt on aika läppä. Well, that's Counter-Strike for you. Every now and then you get very shit play. And that's why we love it. So. Here we go. Off to a new round. Force by coming in from the side of ODDIK. Of course, losing so many weapons, but they can actually still go for it by meanwhile. It is going to be a similar force from the side of CTs, but they don't have the full weaponry in a way. couple of catches here. And that's Mary. Trying to catch as much information with this M4 as he can. Melavi actually comes up with a very nice shot that he had of Serutera. And Baimi catches one with the 5.7. This is just going to be an absolute shutdown at the moment. Mast drops Wood, and that's going to be the round done. 7 rounds on the board. Los Kogutos, they do convert it. The second they lose one, they're going to gain one as well. Off we go. And you can see the reaction from the side of Brazilians. And that's gonna be 8-7, just a round away. Both of the teams really wanted to hold this one. Nice catch through the smoke Tane. Actually, a little bit behind it. Matigos tries to get a little bit on top of that ramp, but it's going to be a little bit of an aggressive play from Tane, which is going to work out well. Meanwhile, distance is going to be the key here. Mary catches the kill onto Nate. This is a 3 versus 4. Serutera actually makes it a 4 versus 3 now. A bit more doable. Now it's all about these deals. Nice and a pistol. Okay, that's a nice way to shut down the player in front of the main. Tox actually comes up with a kill onto Tane at the same time too. But Serutera, movement is a little bit half there. He's going to be dropped. And a 2 versus 2 with one of the weapons being found. Actually, this isn't that bad at the moment. Looking at the weapon, this is going to play up for the side of ODDIK a lot more better, especially with the placements. Melavi just walks into that M4. And this is going to be Baimi a mile away from the action, trying to challenge from long. He actually catches one of the kills, but it's going to be the split. Wood handles the spray for this one. 57 HP left. This is one of the most idiotic rounds that I've actually seen in a while. I've never seen a clutch happen behind T-main. Have you ever actually seen, in Counter-Strike, have you ever seen an end of a round on Nuke behind T-main? I don't think maybe I've seen that like 3 times in my life. How is this possible? But yeah, okay. That's like having a clutch fight on the dust T-spawn. Doesn't make any sense. Here we go. First catch out of that scout is going to do a little bit of damage on the Serutera. But some damage has been already done towards the CT defense. Both of the players, Mast and Melavi, very low on HP. That's going to be the kill coming out of Serutera, shared with Nate. And that's a very nice way of gaining the control. A billion. Baimi catches Matigos from the vents, but it's going to be some very quick trades there. Wood will be challenging the stairs from the other side. Actually makes a very good job of the player holding down the stairs there.
Bomb has been planted.
Tane left alone with an MP9. A lot of hope. All of the rounds that were needed, even the pistol round that we were talking about, were given. And it seems like Los Kogutos is still struggling here. So far, actually winning only 1 gun round here on the CT side. We're seeing some artifacts. This is because the new Stalker game launched, so we're getting a couple of problems here in the feed. Tane actually catches one player there at the end. Convert that weapon into a better one. There it is. AK has been picked up. At least something. Here we go. Start double towards the main. gonna be the smoke for them to actually get in front. ODDIK, they really want to go for the ASAP play. And some couple of kills coming in from TNA Terra. That's 3 versus 2 at this point. And Lobby the Nast left alone for the retake. That's going to be a good kill from the USB to catch one of the players. Bought through the smoke. A-main is going to work out for a, well, a quick trade in a way, as Tox drops down the lobby and there's nothing they can actually do about it, and that's done. Go. 11 rounds on the board. Some are even calling a GG already. No hope. Buy does drop one of the players in between, but the problem is so many of these kills are just converting into ODDIK kills at this point. And at this point, this is a 4 versus 2. Even with Taint's lurk, even if he catches one of the players off guard, this is just gotta be more information for them that where one of the CTs are. Maybe even where the second one is, and it doesn't look like they're even gonna go for it. This is just gonna be a saved round. At this point, the only thing they can actually go for. Fuel rod storage. Yeah. Kaboom will go the bomb.
Terrorists win.
There goes the round. And so are we. Hopping into a new one, I guess. And there we go. So, nice spray actually on one of the players. Mary does catch a second one. Now this is starting to look like a little bit more of a fight here. Mattias catches Milavi at least, but that's Mary to drop down Mattias. So, they still have the a couple of mana advantage here. Ooh, a shot to the face. He was just looking for that one. Tox makes it a 2 versus 3, which is now a little bit doable, especially if he catches the player towards the main. But nope, it's gonna be by me to shut him down. The 5-7 just confused. Where was that kill from? Even with the old jersey there for Permita. Here we go. Ooh, that timing was a little bit off. Would have the crosshair at the right spot there by me. Just catches that little bit of a hesitation coming out of him. At the best possible timing there. Works out for a kill easily. Yeah, we're hopping into a new round here. ODDIK's just 1 away. Los Kogutos, they need 4 to bring this to an overtime. To be honest, it's not the worst spot to be at, but there's a lot of pressure at the moment. Just a singular mistake, and that's done. catch there for the defense. Couple of kills there from the side of ODDIK to make this round a little bit more playable. A shot to the head from Mary. Wait a minute, they're actually starting to pull this round back. Nope, it's gonna be that one nade to drop one of the players, Mattios, with a Kobe there. Attempt through the smoke, and it's definitely not going to work out, and that's going to be the round. A little bit anticlimactic. We were waiting for maybe a little bit more there from the end, but hey, it's Counter-Strike. Every now and then it works, every now and then it doesn't. So we are done for the games of today. We don't actually have another match. We have tomorrow's match, which will be ENCE Academy going against ODDIK, so the winner of this one is going to go against ENCE Academy for that last spot there for the playoffs, and that's from Group A, B, C, and D. So at the moment we are getting into that spot where the last games will be played, and the winners of that is going to actually get into the playoffs, and the losers will be disqualified like Los Kogutos did. They just dropped out, unfortunately, but for ODDIK, they get to live on to fight for that other day. And to be honest, tomorrow's match is going to be a little bit of a banger. I'm a little bit sad again that I don't get to cast it, but hey, that's life. It's done for me today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I was your caster and your host. I will see you in the future, and hopefully you guys had a beautiful time, and bye-bye.